Inside the military training so brutal 95% quit. Those who survive become unstoppable. The gate that only the determined can cross. There's a line most people will never see. It isn't a border. It isn't a finish line. It's a point inside a heart, where weakness ends and warrior mindset begins. Every year, thousands of recruits around the globe step forward thinking they are ready. They are strong, confident, maybe even fearless. They imagine they're prepared for anything. And then they enter the crucible. From the Pacific beaches of Southern California to icy Norwegian forests, from desert winds in the Middle East to jungle humidity in India, so brutal is elite military training that nearly 95% of those who start it quit before the end. They drop out. They surrender. They walk away. They lose their place among the few who get to call themselves the best of the best. Those who survive, they don't just endure pain. They outthink it, outlast it. They become unstoppable. This is a journey into the training that doesn't just build soldiers, it forges legends, the breeding ground of elite warriors. What makes elite military training so terrifyingly effective is that it isn't random chaos. It's deliberate, carefully structured, and psychologically engineered to break ordinary limits and build extraordinary capability. These programs are more than physical tests. They are mental executions. They push recruits into absolute desperation, then demand something most humans simply don't have: a refusal to quit even when every part of the body screams surrender. Across the world, elite units are defined by one brutal reality. Only a tiny fraction of recruits can complete their training. Some units see attrition rates of 90% or more, with just a handful of recruits surviving to graduation. The most 10 of everything plus 1. This isn't coincidence. It's design. These forces are shaped by demanding wars, impossible missions, and environments where failure means death, not just exhaustion. The U.S. Navy SEAL, Hell Week and beyond. Ask anyone about the most grueling military training on Earth, and they will almost certainly mention the U.S. Navy SEALs. Their selection course, Basic Underwater Demolition/SEAL Training, or BUD, has gained legendary status among warriors and civilians alike. College Vine. BUD is not just a series of exercises. It is a meticulously designed battering ram against the mind and body, 24 weeks of physical hardship, tactical mastery, water training, San Diego hill runs, small team development, and relentless pressure. But the centerpiece, the crucible that defines the course, is Hell Week. During Hell Week, candidates endure 5.5 days of continuous training with a total of only 4 hours of sleep. That's less than 1 hour per night. During Hell Week, candidates endure more than 5 days of near non-stop physical exertion. They are cold, ocean water temperatures around 60 F-15C, causing hypothermia risk. They are wet. They carry 200-pound inflatable boats overhead for miles through soft sand, run endless miles, and push their bodies into exhaustion so complete it breaks most people mentally, long before it breaks them physically. Here's what breaks most candidates. It's not one thing. It's the relentless accumulation. It's the log PT at 2 am in freezing surf. It's the sand chafing raw skin. It's the instructor yelling quit now and it all stops. Hot coffee, warm bed, no more pain. And 75% of candidates ring the bell. Out of roughly 1,000 candidates who start BUD annually, only 250 graduate. Hell Week alone eliminates about 50-60% of each class. Americangrit.com. Most people quit during this phase. Many are pulled out. Some collapse and are medically evacuated. In the end, only about 1 in 4 candidates complete BUD. College Vine. And those who survive Hell Week? They aren't just physically able. They carry a psychological edge that comes from proving to themselves that there truly is no limit they can't surpass. The British SAS, a test of endurance and will. Across the Atlantic, the British Special Air Service subjects its candidates to one of the most mentally demanding selection processes known anywhere. The most 10 of everything. For 6 months, hopefuls undergo grueling marches across unforgiving terrain, navigation challenges in difficult conditions, and relentless physical tests designed to weed out all but the strongest minds. The final test is endurance, a 40-mile march across the Brecon Beacons carrying pounds of gear, completed in under 20 hours. Candidates navigate alone using map and compass. No GPS. No support. Miss a checkpoint? Fail. Arrive late? Fail. Go to tutors. Unlike many courses that emphasize strength alone, the SAS selection digs into self-discipline, independent decision-making under pressure, endurance, and mental grit. They aren't just training soldiers, they're training operators who can function in total chaos, isolation, and danger. And the numbers? Out of 200 candidates who start selection, typically only 10-20 pass. That's a 90-95% failure rate. French Foreign Legion, broken down, built up. Few forces carry the mystique and legend of the French Foreign Legion. Here, recruits aren't just tested, they are transformed through hardship. The Legion's training is designed to strip recruits down physically and psychologically, then rebuild them as disciplined, unified warriors capable of combat anywhere on Earth. The infamous Raid Marché, or Capai Blanc, 50-kilometer, 31-mile, forced marches with 30-kilogram, 66-pound packs, completed in under 12 hours. These aren't occasional tests, they're regular training events. Forced marches with heavy gear, grueling combat drills, relentless discipline, and rigorous expectations push recruits to find reserves of strength they never knew they had. Israeli elite forces. Survival under fire. In Israel, units like Sayeret Matkal and Shayatet 13 represent the pinnacle of special operations training. Candidates are tested in everything from navigation and long marches in punishing desert heat to underwater combat drills, parachute warfare, and simulated captivity starvation courses. Shayatet 13, for instance, Israel's naval special forces subjects recruits to a 20-month training regime that combines physical, psychological, and tactical trials. It includes combat diving, underwater demolition, marshaling stress responses under fear and pressure, and forced captivity resilience tests where trainees must endure isolation, interrogation simulations, and humiliation. Here's what makes Israeli training unique. It's not just about endurance. It's about immediate operational readiness. Graduates deploy to live combat zones within weeks. There's no grace period. The training must produce warriors who can kill or capture terrorists, conduct hostage rescues, and operate behind enemy lines. Immediately. Almost everyone will tell you, what truly sets elite Israeli training apart is not just the physical pain, but the mental endurance required to maintain clarity, courage, and tactical precision when everything else falls apart. Indian Marcos and global elite training. In India, the Marcos Mayuram undergo a nearly 3-year selection and training pipeline that tests every aspect of physical and psychological readiness. The probation period alone lasts 2.5 years, one of the longest in the world. Candidates must master commando training 90 weeks, diving 22 weeks, parachute training 4 weeks, counterterrorism tactics, jungle, mountain, desert, and amphibious warfare. Candidates carry heavy loads through obstacle courses, complete long night exercises with minimal rest, and are pushed into extreme exhaustion before being asked to perform precision tasks, such as marksmanship accuracy, under stress. What's remarkable isn't just survival. It's the 80-85% attrition rate despite India's military culture that values toughness. Even hardened infantry soldiers quit Marcos selection. The psychology of brutal training. Why do such brutal processes exist? Because elite military units aren't designed for subtle tasks. They are designed to operate where others fail under pressure. And the real challenge isn't physical ability. It's mental resilience. Studies on military attrition indicate that those who drop out often do so not because they lack strength, but because they lack the psychological resilience to keep pushing when every signal, pain, fear, exhaustion is telling them to quit. Military.com. Research from the Naval Health Research Center found that the strongest predictor of BUD/S success wasn't physical fitness scores. It was grit, psychological resilience, the ability to tolerate discomfort without quitting. What elite training does is break down misconceptions. It forces recruits into situations where their minds must respond the way elite soldiers respond in real combat, with clarity, adaptability, and focus even when they are physically depleted. This is why programs emphasize sleep deprivation, stress inoculation, cognitive pressure under physical strain, and decision-making in chaos. Those who survive don't just become stronger, they become mentally conditioned to approach pressure as normal, not exceptional. Gauntlet of Failure. Every step is a filter. Elite military training is effectively a filter, a series of gates that successively narrow until only the most capable remain. Hell Week eliminates the unprepared. Long-range navigation wipes out the unconfident. Psychological endurance tests the emotionally unstable. Combat simulations expose poor decision-making. Extended stress drills show who can think under fire. Every stage is designed to reveal weaknesses early, leaving only those who can stand resolute in harsh conditions. NavySEAL.com. Some classes see 0 graduates. In 2021, a BUD/S class had its entire boat crew quit simultaneously during Hell Week. In SAS selection, entire cohorts have failed endurance. The standard never lowers. This isn't accidental. It's intentional. It's a filter designed to produce warriors who are mentally unshakable, physically relentless, and strategically versatile. Why survivors are unstoppable. What transforms in someone who completes this journey? It isn't just physical strength. It isn't just endurance. It's a fundamentally different mindset. Survivors carry a tolerance for pain beyond ordinary human limits, a mental pattern that accepts discomfort as normal, the ability to make sound decisions while physically exhausted, a calm mind when others panic, a belief that success is possible even when the situation appears hopeless. Navy SEAL Admiral William McRaven described it. If you want to change the world, start by making your bed. The lesson isn't about beds. It's about completing tasks under any condition, no matter how exhausted. That mindset becomes automatic. This isn't training. It's metamorphosis. Warzone Masters reveals these transformations because understanding what creates unstoppable warriors shows what human beings are truly capable of under extreme conditions. The legacy of brutal training. Around the world, elite military forces share one unifying truth. The most important battlefield isn't outside, it's inside your mind. When recruits have learned to master fear, fatigue, hunger, confusion, and pain, on training grounds and under the watchful eyes of instructors, they become capable of missions that most soldiers would never attempt. These men and women become the ones national leaders call for hostage rescues, high-risk reconnaissance, precision strikes, deep insertion raids, and missions behind enemy lines where failure is not an option. Their training doesn't just prepare them for war, it prepares them for chaos itself. If you found this eye-opening and want more deep dives into military secrets, battlefield psychology, and the stories behind the world's most elite forces, like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Comment below with this question. So which elite training do you think is the toughest? Navy SEAL Hell Week, SAS selection, Marcos, or something else? Your answer might spark a debate that reveals even more about what it takes to become unstoppable. Warzone Masters, where we decode the warriors who operate beyond human limits. Stay strong. Stay curious.